Welcome into Three Questions with Ivan Maisel, where Ivan brings his insight on all things college football to us here on a weekly basis on the On3 YouTube channel. Ivan, it's the week of the game. Let's focus on Michigan. We're going to get to Ohio State in a later video, but let's focus on Michigan. What's the feel like right now around Ann Arbor as it pertains to this game, having won it a season ago?
It's fascinating, JD. Listening to Jim Harbaugh in his press conference Monday, he says they're ready. He says that they have that they got the right stuff. He said they got the right stuff 3 times. So that whatever the right stuff is, and he then tried to explain it. That's what they have, and we've seen Michigan win in every way you can win. They've run people over. They've come back. I thought the win Saturday against Illinois, as scruffy as the team looked, that tells you something about their desire and their will and their self-belief. And all those things you've got to have to be able to win on the road in this rivalry.
And Jim Harbaugh is a guy who I think deserves a lot of credit, obviously, for where this program was a couple of years ago. And I mean, I don't know if he was really on the hot seat, but there was murmurs about, is he the guy to get it done, to beat Ohio State? And they finally got over the hump last year. And then he makes a huge change and says, Cade McNamara, thank you so much for your service. We're going with JJ McCarthy. And they're sitting here, I mean, essentially in a spot to play in a playoff game if they beat Ohio State. Like, this is essentially the expanded playoff right now. But going to JJ McCarthy, what do you think Michigan needs from him? They're so run heavy. What do you think is his role in this kind of game?
Well, it's critical, and his role will change depending on how much we see Blake Corum. We saw in the second half, JJ McCarthy pretty much became the offense. If you look at the numbers, Saturday against Illinois, Blake Corum rushed for 6 yards a carry, and the guys who came in to replace him rushed for 3 yards a carry. And yet, when they had to have those last 2 drives, McCarthy got them down the field. He's a multi-talented guy, and he's going to have, especially until we know what Blake Corum can do, you have to assume he's going to have to carry them against a very good Ohio State team.
And the injury bug hasn't really been too kind to either of these programs, with Jackson Smith-Njigba being essentially unavailable for Ohio State the whole year. And then, we're hearing, or obviously not hearing, but Donovan Edwards was out last week against Illinois, and Jim Harbaugh's not giving updates on the inner workings, which I don't blame him during a rivalry week. But when you talk about this game and we kind of take a step back and look at where Michigan is as a program, what would a win for the second year in a row over Ohio State mean for Jim Harbaugh and this program as a whole?
Well, it would be enormous in the short term. It gets them to Indianapolis next week to play an Iowa team that Michigan has demonstrably shown it's demonstrably better than, which means they then get back to the playoff. That would be 2 straight playoff berths. It would be 2 straight wins in a rivalry that Michigan couldn't buy a win in for years. So yeah, it's big, and if they could all do that in the horseshoe, it's even bigger. So yeah, this is if they lose, it's probably you cut them a little more slack because they are 11-0 and it is at the horseshoe. But you're right, man. If they win, that says a lot.
It's going to be fascinating. I'm excited to watch it all. And Ivan, a lot of the time it's me sitting in this chair saying, Ivan, where are you going? But we're actually both going to be on hand in Columbus for this one. What are you looking most forward to when it comes to, I guess, the pageantry around this game?
Well, I'm a sucker for Script, Ohio. I mean, I've seen a lot of things, JD, and I don't get excited about a lot of the pageantry anymore just because I've seen it so many times. But when the band starts, when the best damn band in the land starts marching out Script, Ohio, I stop like I'm watching a Mardi Gras parade. And it's a thrill.
And dot in the I, man, I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to watch it with you and excited to be in person. No more of this back and forth. Hopefully we get some content done on the field post game.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to you buying me the beer after the game. That's what
it's going to be good. Yeah, hey, I owe you a fair share of those. That's for sure. So I'm excited to slowly but surely start paying off those debts. But Ivan, appreciate you as always making time, and we'll see you real soon in Columbus.
All right, JD, thanks.
Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.